All right, we have some practice slides of root hairs and branch roots. Also, if you didn't finish your drawings on these, this will give you some pictures to draw. You can just stop the YouTube video and use these for your lab drawings if you didn't get a chance to finish in class. Also, I said lab test one, but in all these practice sets of practice slides, I'll also mention things, ask about things that could very well be covered on the lecture test as well. So here we go. I'll ask some questions. Uh, I'll pause. You answer. See if you can beat me to an answer. Of course, these are what? Wow, root hairs. Root hairs, and we see lots and lots of root hairs. And we decided a root hair is one cell or a bunch of cells, each root hair. Just one cell, just one cell. Here we are getting even closer. We see no cell walls dividing the root hair. So each root hair happens to be an extension of a particular epidermal cell. One epidermal cell produces one root hair. Not all epidermal cells, but root hairs are extensions of particular specialized epidermal cells, root hairs. All right, but then we come to a branch root. It has its own root hairs. Here's the main root down to down to the bottom left, and here's the branch root coming up here. And what is this structure at the end of the branch root? It would be what? The root cap. That's right. And behind the root cap would be a region here. We could call it a couple things. It's a particular meristem, and so which meristem? Apical meristem, the region or area of cell division. Behind the apical meristem, there is another region or area. What? The area of what? Cell elongation. And then we've got a root hair zone starting here, and in fact, that might even be a little branch root growing out of the main root. But and so we have even branch roots developing on the branch root. Yes, lots of branch roots developing. And this is what region here? The region of maturation, corresponding to the root hair zone. What does the region of maturation mean? It means that cells that were born down here and got longer here are now maturing into their adult form. Several different types of cells forming several different types of tissues in this area. Where's the only place this root is getting longer? Out here at the tip. This part stays put. Out here at the tip, it's getting longer and longer. So we have, and by the way, is this a monocot or dicot root? So how in the world would I know? Well, I see a central cylinder forming, and we've already looked at this in lab, but central cylinders form in monocot or dicot roots. Dicot. Lastly, we see this root developing from the surface, this branch root developing from the surface of the main root, or from in the interior someplace. Well, I think we can see it's kind of coming out from the interior. Which layer of tissue in the interior does it develop from? It develops from which one? The pericycle. So the pericycle cells start dividing, start doing mitosis, and that leads to a branch root. Final picture, just to kind of sum it all up, what we've been talking about. Been talking about a root cap, an apical meristem, or the region or area of cell division right there, area of cell elongation, and then an area of cell maturation, which also corresponds to the root hair zone. And then we have some branch roots, which are what, developing on the surface or bursting out from the inside? Yeah, bursting out from the inside. And here we have branch roots developing. We have some things here that we'll talk about, but this represents a monocot or a dicot root. Well, you'll soon learn to recognize this if you haven't already as the interior of a dicot root. It's got a central cylinder, and so this is a dicot root. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this this little set of review slides.